Hello everyone, it's SpursRadio96 here, and welcome to the 9th episode of the FIFA 18 Zenit St Petersburg career mode. We begin today's episode in the Russian Premier League at the Krastovsky Stadium for a crucial match against one of our title rivals, Lokomotiv Moscow. If you haven't watched the last episode, I suggest you do so, where we had a cracker of a game against one of the other Moscow clubs, CSKA Moscow. Check it out. You see that on the Russian Premier League table, we are still top with 31 points, 2 points ahead of FC Krasnodar, who are on 29 points, but we do have a game in hand over them. Lokomotiv Moscow are in 4th place with 27 points, so they need to score some more points to keep themselves in the title picture. As you can see there, strength versus strength, of course. We have the best defence in the Russian Premier League, conceding just 7 goals, whilst Lokomotiv Moscow have the best offensive record in the Russian Premier League by scoring 28 goals. And of course, Lokomotiv Moscow in real life have won the 2017-18 Russian Premier League, and of course are the reigning the Russian Cup holders. They've won if you include 17-18, they've won 3 Russian Premier League titles, 9 Russian Cups, and 2 Russian Super Cups. That's like 13 to 14 trophies, I think, roughly. As you can see there by the team, the full first team comes in for this huge clash. So it's important we get 3 points to extend our lead advantage at the top of the table. We come to the 30th minute. Farfran has a chance, and Lufran gives it away, and has given it away to Adair. Goodness me. Well, remember, Farfran got the ball. Lufran, took a strike, and Lunev caught it, and he was going to pass it to Regani, and then Adair came out of nowhere and almost took a strike, and Lunev almost conceded a horrible goal there. And we have a chance there. Regani passes try to give it across to Druziev, and Paredes with a great finish, with a great kick out the box on his left foot, and it hits the top of the crossbar. He had no choice. He got the ball straight away. Seconds with the ball there, took the ball, turned, struck on his left foot, and hit the crossbar. And yeah, that's the end of the first half. Really, they were the only major highlights in the first half. It lacked a bit of quality. I was quite disappointed with both teams, it has to be said. Both teams were lacking some quality. But it was, as you would expect, it's tight to choose between these two teams, as they are so many things on the line here in the Russian Premier League. In half-time, it was 0-0. We come on to the 54th minute, and we are starting to pick up the pace a bit now. Good pass from Druzy towards Paredes. Paredes is going to take the strike, and he scores yet again. Leandro Paredes scores his first goal in the Russian Premier League, and what a way to do it. The long shot king has struck again. Leandro Paredes, he does his customary finish, striking on his right foot or the left foot out the box, and no doubt you'll get some action, some great results, no doubt. And he scores them out the box yet again. He's done it in the Russian Cup against CSKA Moscow, and of course he did it in the Europa League, I think against Rosenborg BK, and he's now done it in the Russian Premier League. Great strike on the right foot into the bottom left corner of the net. Leandro Paredes is on fire at the moment, and crucially, some much needed quality at last in the game, and we take the lead against Lokomotiv Moscow. We come on to the 62nd minute. Adair has a chance here for Lokomotiv Moscow, and thunders the crossbar. Paredes has given the ball away. It was Metric in, and fires it wide. We come on to the 84th minute now. Druzy can go on the attack here and passes it to Kokorin, and Kokorin has got the chance here, takes a strike in. Oh, he's gone down, and it's a penalty. It's a penalty to Zenit St Petersburg. That will be, I think, the 4th or 5th penalty of the season, maybe 6th even. And the referee goes to his pocket, and Vladislav Ignatiev is sent off for Lokomotiv Moscow for the first red card of the career mode. He just slides in with the challenge, just inches away from getting the ball, but makes contact with Kokorin's right leg, and has a chance from the penalty spot. Alexander Kokorin, he's had 3 penalties in total. 1 he's missed, 2 he converted against FC Krasnodar. Can he do it this time against Lokomotiv Moscow to seal the 3 points? And he does perfectly. The keeper didn't move, and Alexander Kokorin scores yet again. Fantastic. And we have a 2-0 lead now over Lokomotiv Moscow, who are now down to 10 men. It just gets better and better for Zenit St Petersburg. The luck is always on our side in the career mode at the moment. Great strike from Kokorin on his right foot, thunders it into the net. Keeper didn't even move, and either side of the net to attempt to make a save, and relief and joy, because the first half was very tight and lacking, very tight to choose between the two teams, lacking in terms of quality and lacking in some quality in some bits of quality, well, lacking quality as well. The second half we picked it up, we stepped it up, as have Lokomotiv Moscow as well. They hit the crossbar with Adair, and we took a chance as well. So we could have actually, the game could have technically finished maybe 3-1. Parades and Adair scored for Zenit and Lokomotiv Moscow. But as you can see there, celebrations all round as the final whistle blows. We have a crucial 2-0 victory against Lokomotiv Moscow. Leandro Paredes scored one of his customary long shot crackers in the second half to add to get the fans off their seats, as they're looking a bit nervous, as was a bit nervous at the time. It's 0-0. Then Kokorin scores from the penalty spot once again after Lokomotiv Moscow had a player sent off for the challenge. He finished 2-0. And Kokorin, as he's been doing so well, he has won October's Player of the Month. So congratulations to him. I think that's the second time this in the career mode for one of my players have won Player of the Month. Quite surprised as well that I haven't won any Manager of the Month awards. I'm very surprised. The team is unbeaten in the Russian Premier League and we still haven't got any Manager of the Month awards. Bit strange. As you can see there, we pick up our first training injury of the career mode, where Ahmed Assad has had a bruised leg and he'll be out for 3 days, which isn't as bad as most of some of the other injuries you get in FIFA 18 or FIFA career modes. But it will mean he will miss our Europa League tie away to the Norwegian champions Rosenborg BK at a very cold and snowy stadium. Of course, this will be a difficult challenge, of course, with the weather conditions, as well as playing on Rosenborg BK's home patch. They should have an advantage, and it could be a fantastic but also very difficult game indeed for Zenit St Petersburg. You look at the Group L table there, we are top still, 3 games played, 3 wins, 9 points. Real Sociedad are second, a point ahead of Rosenborg BK on 4 points. You can see by the squad there, I brought in Blanisvaj Ivanovic, his first game in the career mode, even though I originally thought he was never ever going to play for me again. I thought I'd bring him in because apparently he can play in the right back position as well as the centre back, so I thought he'd be an ideal replacement for the injured Hazard for this one-off game. We come on to the second minute here. Good pass from Druzy towards Rigoni, and Rigoni scores. Rigoni scores. Past 2.5 minutes played, and Zenit St Petersburg are off to the perfect start at Rosenborg BK, and the players go to celebrate with Rigoni. And what a tremendous start, and Rosenborg BK, the fans, they can't believe it that they've had a terrible start. A good pass from Druzy, and the defender there just tackled at the wrong time. He was going to bring Rigoni down. It could have been a penalty actually if he was intentionally going to bring Rigoni down and not make contact with the ball. But Rigoni finishes perfectly on his right foot into the ball as the ball rolls into the bottom left corner of the net. And very pleased there. Rigoni's got his first goal in the Europa League. And we lead past 3 minutes roughly, and 1-0 up already at Rosenborg BK. I didn't expect it to be this easy, but as you can see, we come on to the 22nd minute. Kokorin has given it to Druzy, and the defence, look at the gaps, and Druzy's going forward, and the defence is going with him, and they're not doing anything about it, and Druzy has scored once again against Rosenborg BK, and stands up on the LED boards to celebrate with the away supporters. Fantastic goal for Sebastian Druzy, and Rosenborg BK are being taken apart in the first 25 minutes of the first half. And of course, Sebastian Druzy is struggling to score goals in the Russian Premier League at the moment. He loves scoring goals against Rosenborg BK. He scored against them in the home reverse in the opening game of the Europa League against Rosenborg BK. If I said that correctly, if you could understand what I said there, probably mixed it up and all that. But yeah, he scores fantastically well. A great finish on his right foot and celebrates with the away fans there. And Rosenborg BK, it could be curtains for them already. Sebastian Druzy's second goal in the Europa League, and we're 2-0 up past 25 minutes. We come on to 28 minutes, which is absolutely destroying them with every pass we take. Good pass to Druzy in towards Kokorin, and we're 3-0 up at Rosenborg BK. This is incredible. 3-0 up in 30 minutes played. And this is perfection for Zenit St Petersburg. Great pass from Druzy towards Alexander Kokorin, who takes a strike beautifully on his right foot. Cool, calm, collected finish. And even though at Rosenborg BK's ground, even though we're playing in difficult snowy conditions, it's not phasing us one bit at all. Not one bit. And yeah, we're now 3-0 up against them, and it looks to be curtains already. Kokorin's got his third goal in the Europa League, and it's 3-0 to Zenit St Petersburg. Already past 30 minutes, it could be a landslide of a victory, but it wasn't proven to be. As we come on to the end of the first half of added time, Cressito tries to give it to Regani, and he's giving it away towards Nicholas Bednar, and Bednar scores. Bednar has scored, and at last has given Rosenborg BK something to cheer. I'm a bit annoyed about that, because that was the first attempt that Rosenborg BK have have attempted to come forward and create a chance, and they've taken it straight away with the first time of asking. Rosenborg BK have a goal back in the added time of the first half. Nicholas Bednar, of course, famous for playing for Arsenal and Nottingham Forest in England. He did, as Cressito tried to head it to Regani. Bednar saw the ball going to Regani. He took the initiative, ran like the clappers past Regani, getting the ball and then striking it beautifully on his right foot, and hits the crossbar and hits the underside of the crossbar, crossing the line, and a goal for Rosenborg BK. Could that be the start of an unbelievable comeback? Well, we'll have to find out, because it is half time now, and yet we have absolutely destroyed them in the first half. We played out of our skin. Every pass was absolutely fantastic. Every time we tried to get forward, fantastic goals from Paredes, from Rigodi, and Alexandra Kokorin. Bit disappointed to concede that goal with Rosenborg BK's first chance of the game to Nicholas Bednar. It is 3-1, and sadly, it's sad to say that Rosenborg BK are still taking a chance of our initiative, because they're confident, they're growing in confidence, they're beginning to create chances. Bednar's got the ball now, gives it to Zekhinin, and has crossed it, and has scored, and they've taken the advantage, and Konradson has scored for Rosenborg BK. It is now 3-2, and the deficit is now just down to 1, and all of a sudden, Rosenborg BK are looking more likely. They are on the verge of getting a point. This is incredible. What a comeback for them. They have not given up just yet. This game is far from over. And once again, fantastic cross from Zekhinin. Good header from Hjorthasen, and he heads the ball, and the ball hits the underside of the crossbar once again. And disappointment all round for me. It's going to be nervous for the remaining of the second half for Zenit St Petersburg. It is now 3-2. We come on to the 63rd minute. Still growing in confidence. Samuel's got the ball now. Gives it to Jensen. Now it's back to Samuel. Gaps and panic all round for Zenit St Petersburg. We're going to pass it to, I think Samuel's going to pass it to Bednar in the box there. Regani manages to slide the ball out of play, but it was my fault because I pressed the wrong button, or maybe it's because of the snowy conditions. Rosenborg BK have a corner approaching 65 minutes. Samuel with the chance, and Cressito clears it off the line by hitting his chest. And we're coming on to the 77th minute. They're not giving up. They want to fight. They want to get a point here. And Henderson, or whoever his name is, I forget who it is, Cressito clears it. Gives it to now, Regani's now got the ball. Jensen's got the ball now. In towards Milling. Oh, it's at the crossbar. We're desperate to clear the ball. We've given it away again. We clear the lines. They could have scored there, an equaliser. On to the 85th minute now. One of the rare chances in the second half for us to maybe kill the game off. Paredes with a strike. Oh, what a chance. It's hit the crossbar as well. We're still trying to kill the lines. Paredes with the strike. Chaos in both defences, really. Desperation to try and to clear the ball for different purposes, really. Rosenborg BK to get it. We try to clear the ball, so Rosenborg BK will get an equaliser. While Rosenborg BK are trying to clear their lines in their box to make sure we don't secure to score again and have a comfortable and easier run to the finish line. But either way, the forward time whistle has gone, and we managed to come away with 3 points from Rosenborg BK, and we'll be concerned with the second half performance, because defensively we just panicked all of a sudden. I don't know why. Big gaps were appearing. Rosenborg BK took advantage once Bednar scored in the added time of the first half, and it finished, and they fought back brilliantly. They could have got a point, but they didn't, and it finished 3-2 to Zenit St Petersburg. Our final game of the Russian Premier League will be away at a snowy Kazan arena, where we will be playing up against Rubin Kazan. Now, of course, Rubin Kazan, they are struggling in the league at the moment. They are 11th with 17 points. We are still top with 34 points, 5 points ahead of FC Krasnodar, who are on 29 points. Yeah, quite surprised by Rubin Kazan. They're struggling at the moment, hence why we put on the secondary team for this match. We have the best away record in the division, 4 wins, 4 draws, 16 points, same amount of points as CSKA Moscow. And yeah, surprised really, because Rubin Kazan have won the Russian Premier League in 2008-2009, won the Russian Cup in 2012, then the Russian Super Cup in 2010 and 2012. 5 trophies in total, so I'm a bit surprised that they're struggling really, because I thought they'd be up right at the sharp end. But at the moment, it's not proven to be. We come on to the 14th-15th minute of the first half, starting on the front foot positively well. Good pass from Polas to Ozdev, and now Hassan has got a chance here, and he takes it brilliantly. And Ahmad Hassan is doing the perfect job, and he's doing what we wanted him to do when we brought him to the club at the end of transfer deadline day. Score goals for the secondary team, and Rubin Kazan are 1-0 down in their own backyard against Zenit St Petersburg. Ahmad Hassan has played, I think 3 games now for the club, and he's got 3 goals. Good pass from Ozdev to find Hassan. You can see there one of the defenders, little tug of the shirt, tugged Ahmad Hassan's shirt. Hassan didn't take any notice of it, concentrated on getting the angle, getting the precision of striking the ball into the net, and we're 1-0 up at Rubin Kazan. Rubin Kazan's season has gone from bad to worse. Ahmad Hassan's 3rd goal in the Russian league, and it's 1-0 to Zenit St Petersburg. We come on to the 31st minute now. Panyukov does a great through ball to Polos. Look at the defence, they're all over the place. Polos with a strike, great save from, I think his name is Daznev, and it's going to be a corner to Zenit St Petersburg approaching 35 minutes. I think his name is Daznev, I don't know, I think it's his name. Yeah, good save, parries it away, and he will be feeling a bit, goodness me, why is it always me that I have to deal with these things? Ekrin with a corner, and they clear their lines. Rubin Kazan, but he's given it to Crane Vitter, who brings down Popov, and no doubt will get a yellow card at the end of the first half. And they're trying to run away now and take advantage of the counter-attack, but he's given it away to Ekrin. Now Panyukov has got a chance here, and Panyukov has given it later to Crane Vitter. Good save from Daznev again, and they clear their lines once again to Rubin Kazan. Great strike again, but they didn't quite clear their lines, did they? They had another chance from Ahmad Hassan, and Daznev had to save again. And added time of the first half now, and that it is it for the first half. Rubin Kazan have been completely and utterly outplayed. We could have scored maybe 2-3 more goals really. We could be leading 3-4-0. But their keeper's been playing really, really well, but not well enough, because Ahmad Hassan has scored the goal that separates the two teams. At half time it is 1-0. Also to say that one of our players for Rubin Kazan, someone called Christian Nuber, I think it is, in the midfield, it plays for Rubin Kazan on loan from Zenit St Petersburg. I found that quite funny. On to the second half. Great pass in towards Hassan. Brilliant result on the 65th. Brilliant goal on the 65th minute. One touch passing to find Ahmad Hassan. One pass to Panyukov, and another pass to Hassan, who rifles it excellently on his right foot. And on 65 minutes played, Rubin Kazan are now 2-0 down against Zenit St Petersburg, and that could be 3 points in the bag for Zenit St Petersburg. Look at this. Great pass to find from I forget his name. But it was a good pass to Ahmad Hassan, who turned, who outfought the defender, went to the right, took a strike. Yes, Panyukov, who did a great pass towards Hassan, and then Hassan delivers with a fantastic finish, and he's now got 4 goals in the Russian Premier League. He's really starting to make his mark in the Russian Premier League for Zenit St Petersburg's secondary team. And that is the end of the second half, and we have comprehensively beaten and outplayed Rubin Kazan, who were poor, very poor indeed. They're going to have to seriously improve their performances to have any chance of getting, they're surely out the title race now. Never say never, of course, but it looks like they are, and they're even going to struggle to maybe get into the European places, either Europa League or Champions League places. Fantastic performance from the secondary team. We could have arguably scored more, being a little bit picky, but their Rubin Kazan's keeper was very good, particularly in the first half. It finished 2-0 to Zenit St Petersburg at a snowy Kazan arena. Looking at the Russian Premier League table at the end of the episode, we are still top with 11 wins, 4 draws, still undefeated. We have now arguably equaling the best goal difference in the league, 30 goals, same as FC Krasnodar, Lokomotiv and Spartak Moscow. We still have the best defence in the Russian Premier League, just conceding 7 goals. We lead with 37 points, 2 points ahead of FC Krasnodar, and we also have a game in hand over them. It just gets better and better, doesn't it? This career mode at the moment. FC Krasnodar is second with 35 points. I don't know what I was. Yeah, 35 points. Lokomotiv Moscow a third with 30 points, 1 point ahead of the reigning champions Spartak Moscow, who are fourth with 29 points. Then from 5th to 7th, we have with 22 points. We have CSKA Moscow, Dynamo Moscow, and FC Rostov. FC UFA are doing quite well. They're 8th with 21 points. So are Anzi Macanella, who are 9th with also 21 points. Rubin Kazan, as I said, they're struggling. They're now down to B10. 10th place with 20 points. They're like now 17 points adrift of us. It's unbelievable. They're fourth from grace in this career mode. FC Tosno doing reasonably well and they're sitting pretty in 11th place with 18 points, a point ahead of 12th and 13th place teams Akhmat Grozny and FC Ural, who are on 17 points. Arsenal Tula are down to 14th, are still 14th with 11 points. Also level now with 15th place SK Khabarovsky. So Arsenal Tula going backwards. SK Khabarovsky are catching them up quite quickly, even though they've only had one draw, but have 8 draws, despite also conceding 27 goals, the second worst defence in the league. Ankar Perm rooted at the bottom, no wins, 5 draws, 11 defeats, 28 goals scored, conceded, and just 5 points. It is disastrous season for Ankar Perm. They're surely going to be relegated if there was a second division in FIFA 18. And you can see by the Europa League Group L, we are top with 12 points, and if we beat Real Sociedad away, which is our next Europa League game, we will be confirmed as the group winners and will advance, we already will advance to the round 32 stage of the Europa League. So that's going to be a big match to see which team will progress. Real Sociedad, of course, in second place with 7 points. On to the preview for the next episode. We will be having a home. We begin the episode in the Russian Premier League at home against FC Tosno, who are having a decent season despite being a promoted club and of course being dissolved in real life and no longer exist in real life. That's the game we will be hosting. And then, of course, we have a huge fixture away at Real Sociedad to determine who will finish first or second in the group. If we draw or win against Real Sociedad, we will be confirmed as the group winners. Even if we lose the last Europa League group stage game, we will still finish first place. So there's a crucial game. Of course, don't want to draw. I want to win. Everyone does, don't they? Spartak, a final game of the episode. Huge match. We'll be facing Spartak Moscow, the reigning champions, away at their backyard. Of course, we beat them 4-1 in our first game at the Krastovsky Stadium in our first home match in the Russian Premier League. So I want to say thank you very much for watching. Of course, apologies for the long gap between episodes. There's been a holiday this week. I'm sure you can understand that, as this is of course the summer. So yeah, I just want to say thank you very much for watching. Next episode will be out hopefully today as well. We'll see you next